Hey, what's going on, y'all? Big Sarge here, host of the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show, live on YouTube Monday through Friday, and co-host of the Locked On Texas podcast, available wherever you get your podcast from. All right, here we are again. Last time I was standing on this field, it was after the Houston Texans had a second half collapse to the Detroit Lions. Today, against a 2-8 Tennessee Titans team, the Houston Texans lost 32-27, and we're back here again, talking about the same exact things. The defense played well, the offense didn't. The defense played amazing, the offense didn't. And I know people are going to say, well, the defense gave up 32 points. Yes, they did. But for the amount of time that they were on the field, you can expect that. Now, in the first half, the defense did not play well. They gave up a lot of explosive plays to a Tennessee Titans offense that you didn't expect that from. But in the second half, they held the Tennessee Titans to 121 total offensive yards, and 70 of that came on one play. 70 of those yards came on one play on a touchdown score. So what else do you expect the defense to do? They had 8 sacks. They started putting a lot of pressure on Will Levis. They made up for the mistakes that they were making in the first half. They had another score. It's the second week in a row that the defense has outscored the Texans' offense as far as touchdowns are concerned. It's like, what are we doing here? Well, wait a minute. Don't get me wrong. Wait. My bad. Last week, the Houston Texans had a touchdown late against the Dallas Cowboys. But the defense scored a touchdown last week with the Derek Barnett scoop and score. And then this week, in the third quarter, Jimmy Ward made up for his miscues, which he talked about to us today. He made up for his miscues and had a pick six. And right after that pick six, 70-yard touchdown pass. Now, there's a common theme that has been going on with this defense, and I don't know if anybody else wants to say it, but I'll say it. If you watch the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show, you already know where I'm going with this when I talk about the defensive side of the ball. The safety play has to be better. The safety play has to be better. Because on the touchdown pass that was given up, not the 70-yard touchdown pass. I'm talking about the touchdown pass that they credited to Derek Stingley. When if you go back and you look at the play, Derek Stingley was really passing him off to the over-the-top help in Eric Murray. When you look at the 70-yard touchdown pass, what happened? Eric Murray missed the tackle. Now, the linebackers bit on the play action, which started the play. But you're the last line of defense. You can't miss tackles, and you can't miss tackles the way that you did. And so the safeties have got to start playing better if you want to be better. If the Houston Texans want to be better, those safeties have to be better. Now, like I said earlier, you got amazing play out of Will Anderson Jr. You got amazing play out of Danielle Hunter. The linebackers played well. The cornerbacks played well, the safeties didn't. And even for all of that, right, even with all of that, the Houston Texans offense let them down again. This is becoming a common theme. This is becoming almost like a running joke throughout the rest of the NFL, and especially when it comes to the media with the analysts. I don't know what happens in the second half. Now, today, of course, there were some penalties that brought the ball, that brought some of those big plays back. But the sequencing of these plays, the inefficiencies of the offense in the second half, it's at a point now where we've been talking about how it's been a problem. Now it's a major problem that needs to get fixed and get fixed quickly. Because if not, this team is going to limp into the playoffs and be out in the wild card round if they can't get themselves going. I know. I did not think that that C.J. Stroud could have a sophomore slump. I even said that with the way that he had played his rookie year, I'm saying to myself, him coming in, he was just different. The way he played was just different. But now I'm starting to see some signs. And what I'm seeing is the fact that he couldn't keep himself staying in the pocket. There was a lot of times that he was chopping his feet in the pocket, almost like expecting pressure or expecting to be sacked. He was just chopping his feet, and that made his throws be off. Those 2 interceptions that he threw, one right before the half and then one right in the second half, that one right there, those interceptions right there, those turnovers cannot happen, especially given the Tennessee Titans points heading into halftime. So this team has to get better. This team has to wake up. There's no reason to lose to a team like the New York Jets. There's no reason to lose to a team like the Tennessee Titans. Both of those teams are under 500 and probably will end the season under 500. And you're trying to take it to the next level. You're trying to become one of those dominant teams in the AFC, and you're just not there yet because the inefficiencies of the offense. Now, I will say this. The offensive line played better today. The offensive line played way better today, especially in what they were going up against as far as those 2 interior defensive linemen for the Tennessee Titans was concerned. But with the play calling not being the way it should have been in the second half, and with the ineffective play of C.J. Stroud, like, this loss probably hurts worse than the Jets loss. This loss probably hurts worse than the Detroit Lions loss. This loss is going to sit with them for a while. I got a chance to talk to Nico Collins as he was getting ready to come out of the locker room, and the first thing he said to me was, Sarge, this one hurts. Like this hurts for real, for real. So they're going to have to get themselves back on track. You want to say that they're going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars next week down in Jacksonville, but can you honestly say that? Can you honestly say that they can beat the Jacksonville Jaguars with the way that they play down to their competition? That's the thing. They play down to their competition. But somebody made a great tweet, and I retweeted. I'm sorry I can't think of your name right now, your handle right now. Somebody made a great tweet, and they said, when you start playing down to the level of your competition and playing that way, then you become the bad competition. That's an amazing take. That is an amazing take, because the Houston Texans are playing down to their competition, but they're also becoming bad competition. Make sure you subscribe to the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show on YouTube at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end, because you know we do everything for the gram. And make sure you subscribe to the Locked On Texas podcast and to the Locked On Texas YouTube page. Y'all know where I'm going to be. Bright and early Monday morning, there will be a Locked On Texas podcast that will come out. So like I said, make sure you subscribe. And y'all know we're going to talk about this on the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show. This one was pathetic. I'm just going to say it. Big Sarge, I'm out.